Now, the last quadrant, and here is affluence, which is your practice, your business, your income, building wealth, and contributing to the world. Look, there is no nobility in being broke. Poor people can't help others. If you don't have money, then you can't help the people you love in your life. I know what it's like to be broke. I grew up in quite a poor household. My dad was a low-paid truck driver in rural Ireland, and my mum was a housewife, and I had 3 brothers, and we didn't have much. Also, I lost my job at the end of 2008 due to the housing crash, and I didn't work for 9 months, and I was broke. My girlfriend at the time had to pay my rent and feed me, and I'm happy to say she's now my wife, but being broke sucks. Also, a major point to make here is that I grew up with a lot of limiting beliefs about money. Money doesn't grow on trees and all that kind of stuff that I heard from my parents. If you have limiting beliefs about money, then you need to address that. And the best way to address that is by the books you read in the logical quadrant. Now, when it comes to our businesses, the reality is that most architects hustle and grind for their work. And what that really means is that they don't have a plan. They have no idea on their income 1 month from the next unless they're in a job. And we're not here to have a job. We're here for freedom and financial independence. It's your duty as a well-educated human being to become wealthy so you can give back to the world. But like putting your mask on first in a plane before you help others, you need to work on this for yourself first. And to do that, you need a plan. If you're watching this and you're broke, that's your choice. There are people in the world selling bloody rocks and making millions of dollars. This guy sold them as pet rocks and he died worth $2 million. So you have no excuse. The thing you can do now is choose to become wealthy and put in a plan to do so. So learn how to market yourself. Learn what people really want when they build a new home for themselves. Learn how to have a conversation with a client in a way that converts them into a client. Learn how to attract clients who value architects and repel the ones that don't. I started bespoke home design when I was flat broke, and I had to go and learn all this stuff, and there's no way around it. If you want to be financially successful as an architect, then you're going to need to learn this stuff too. So when it comes to making money, like we have done in the other 3 quadrants, we break it down into 3 30-day chunks. And ask yourself, how much money do you want to make in the next 90 days? And be realistic. If you say, I want to make $1 million, then you're going to have a reality check with yourself, unless you're going to rob a bank or you already have a successful business in place. If you don't, well, I don't know what to say to you. So come up with a figure you want to make over the next 90 days, or maybe you want to pay off a debt. Then we split it down into 3 30-day chunks and then get a figure per day. Let's say you want to make 30 grand in the next 90 days. That's $330 a day. That's not particularly unreasonable now, wouldn't you agree? So how much do you charge for an average project? Well, if you were selling concept design packs, like we've discussed here many times in the Wednesday workshop, then you will be able to get around $9,800 for one of those that also includes a walkthrough 3D model. Next, what's your plan? How are you going to achieve that? Let's use social media, for example. So if we work backwards, how many potential clients do you convert to full clients on an initial consultation? Let's say you average 25%, which is 1 in 4. Next, how many people do you need to talk to on social media, such as in Facebook groups, for example, to generate 1 initial consultation? Let's say maybe 20 people, which isn't unreasonable. So if you want to sell 1 concept design pack per month, then you need to talk to at least 80 people per month on social media. Does that make sense? And if we break that down to a daily task, that is only talking to 3 people a day on Facebook. And is that doable? I would say very. And if you want to do, and if you want that, and if you do that, you make your 30 grand within 90 days. So what do you need to know to execute a plan to achieving this? And again, if you don't know, hire a coach. Hire someone who has been there and done that and can show you, because once you learn from them, you take that knowledge with you forever. I have a coaching program that shows architects how to generate high-end residential projects using social media in 8 weeks. But even if it's not me, find someone. But whatever you do, put a plan in place and you can do it. There is nothing more powerful than taking control of your finances to do what you want when you want. Maybe you want to buy your parents a nice house, bring your family on nice holidays, send your kids to an expensive school. I would say pretty much all of you listening to this have a drawn up set of plans for your forever house. Whatever it is, you can make this happen if you have a plan and take a small bite of it every single day. So let's come back full circle on the whole P.E.L.A system. You plot everything out for the next 90 days and break it down into 3 30-day chunks and then into daily tasks. So with your physical body, what is your target? What is your goal at the end of the 90 days? Next, what plan are you going to put into place that you can take daily action with to get you there? With the emotional quadrant, again, let's break that down into 3 30-day chunks. And what relationships are you going to cultivate on a daily basis? And what relationships do you need to resolve to eliminate drama in your life? What plan are you putting in to do that? Logical quadrant, what daily routine are you putting in for reading or listening to information to put in your mind? What meditative practices are you going to incorporate? Plot them out for daily tasks. And finally, with the A.ffluence quadrant, how much money do you want to make over the next 90 days? Break that down to see how many clients does that take. What daily tasks can you put in place to get those clients? What plan can you put in place for daily action? And the thing is here, you are going to have shitty days that take you off course. They happen. And all you do is dust yourself down and then get going the next day. The point here is that these daily small chunks make it easy to get back on the horse and go again, and you begin to build momentum as you do them too. It's a lot easier to get to a destination once you know where it is and how you are going to get there. It creates total mental clarity in how you build the life you want. Have a 90-day target, make sure it's tangible, real world, and break it down into daily chunks. Plot out your daily tasks for the first 30 days. And once that's done, then you do the next 30 days and so forth. And this gets you out of your comfort zone in small, manageable chunks, and it puts you on the path to having the kind of life you want. And that is P.E.L.A.